is 18. Well, it seems to be open for us. Level, we got like a level. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Aditya Iyer. I'm the co-founder of NeoTrader, and I'm really happy and excited once again to be doing a live market analysis session with all of you Neo traders. Yes, so it's a Tuesday morning, and we are looking at maybe a slightly positive open for the Nifty and the Bank Nifty today, because I think US markets yesterday was closed, but Asian markets more or less seem to be in the green. There was some news of some scrappage of some US based tariff on Chinese goods, which sort of you know led to the Nikkei, topics, Kospi, all of these stocks, all of these global indices rising. Another important point that I picked up in my morning reading was that today Japan and China are going to release their PMI reading. So that is another thing that we need to keep in mind. Crude has gone and touched the $111 level, and Bitcoin has reclaimed 20,000. So yes, all of these news flows from the morning, but what we are going to do is we are going to go and we are going to analyze our index and see what happens over there. So before I can get started, please hit yes on the chat if you can hear my voice clearly and see my screen. And I see that many of our regular Neo traders have already logged in. Good morning, Somya Julu. Good morning, Deepak Kamath, Gopal from Bangalore. I see Gopal is new. Arjun Patel. Good morning, Vinayagam. It's nice to see newer faces coming in and joining this particular live stream. So yes, Sarthi. Yes, good morning, Sarthi. So yes, so now, okay, I've been analyzing the index and the Nifty for the past few days, and we're going to be continuing doing that. So let me first go on the daily chart. I can and let me just zoom into this, and I want to like highlight like one thing, that the pitchfork that we drew the earlier day acted as a good support resistance point for today. But overall, I told all of you people one thing on the index, and that thing has been holding true for the past few days. I informed all of you that until the Nifty is going to cross 15,880, we may not see any sort of big movement on the Nifty, because there is a cluster resistance around the 15,880 zone. So 15,880 is the first level that we need to see the Nifty take out. But the good news is it looks like most likely today, right, considering the SGX, which is looking in the positive, if we see a positive open, maybe we might go ahead and challenge the 15,880 level in the morning itself. Yeah, so let us pay attention on that. I can see more people have joined in. Naveen Basin, like Pratap Reddy, Yogesh, Hema, Raj Pandey, Varun, Sanjay Tang, Suprabha Nair. Yes, Sanjay Tang says it's a wonderful monsoon day. Yes, mother, it is a beautiful day. When I woke up in the morning, there was, and when I was when I was driving to my office on the way, the weather was just wonderful. How whether the market is also going to be wonderful, we will see after 9:15. But yes, the day definitely was amazing. Like very refreshing to have this nice monsoon day in the morning. Yes, Som Ranjan is here. Good morning. Okay, so I won't belabor this point too much on 15880. I have already done that in the earlier days. You can just mark out that level and you can look for it once the market opens. I'm going to go down to the 30-minute chart now, and when I open the 30-minute chart, the resistance at 15880 will be even more clear. Okay, so if I showed you, I have drawn this before. The first thing is a downward trending trend line. We saw that trend line already was breached towards the end of yesterday's trade. So one thing that was there in the last 30 minutes of trade, we saw both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty go up yesterday. Okay, so that is one thing we need to pay attention to today, because at the end of the day we saw a good movement, right? We need to see that whether or no the follow through action is going to come from open today. If today the market can show follow through from yesterday's up move, then that's going to be a very, very good sign for us to take trades on the index. If we do not get any follow through today, that is a sign that the choppy movement is continuing, and we should again I'm telling this, we should again avoid taking trades on the index. I've been keeping all of you out of these index trades in the past 10-15 days because of the same very choppy movement. But today, if we do get follow through price action on the upside for both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, we can look for some longs on the index. Okay, but we will wait for the market to open. All right, so on the downside, the level is pretty much set. Like I have it is 15,620. So 15,620 is going to be our stop loss if at all we create any longs today. After and above that is 15,750. So from an intraday perspective, what we can look for is an intraday stop loss would be around 15,750 for long. If we are doing some multi-day trades, right, then I would look for 15,620 as my stop loss point to relinquish my bullish view. And if I'm a positional trader, like I explained yesterday, you will have to look at the low, the former swing low that was created on 17 June and place it below that. Okay, so those are the levels that we need to keep. It's very important that we follow these levels if we are taking index trades, because we are not in that sort of market where we are going to get one-way runaway moves. It is going to be staggered moves. It is going to be choppy moves. So we have to plan our position along with important levels like these so that we don't get caught out, right, in the wrong trade. All right. So that was on the downside. Now let me see what we're going to do on the upside. On the upside, again, it is pretty much very very straightforward what we need to do. The first zone I already showed you was 15,880. Okay, we need to see 15,880 here. After 15,880, the next one is going to be the KS line, the Kijun-sen line of the daily Ichimoku. You don't need to go and see that. I will write it here, which is at around 16,000, and along with the KS line at 16,000, the OI concentration also is very high. So 16,000 is going to be an important zone, and above that we have this gap zone. Okay, that was created earlier at 16,200. Okay, that was the upper end of the gap zone, and the maximum change in OI, okay, happened at 16,800 as well. So 16,000 and 16,200 are very important resistances on the way up. The minimum the market needs to do to start getting bullish is it needs to cross 15,880. Okay, so these are the levels on the upside. I have already given you the levels on the downside. Someone's asking me on the chat, so I will write it again. The levels on the downside are 15,750 and 15,620. This one, the first one is for intraday players, the second one is for multi-day players, and if you are like a positional player, what you need to do is you need to go back and you need to see the June 17 low, and you need to place your stop loss below that. All right. So, but more or less, what I feel that in the next few days, the price action is going to oscillate between these levels. So this is what we can see. I want all of you all now to take a screenshot or note this thing down so that you have it in a record. Okay. And we are going to now move to the Bank Nifty. Okay. All right. So that gets us to an end in the Nifty, and next we are going to the Bank Nifty. So one thing I explained to you guys in great detail yesterday. I told you that this level of 33,700 is very important for the Bank Nifty. ये वाला level जो मैंने आप लोगों को दिखाया, and I told you that because there have been multiple resistances at these levels, and the Bank Nifty could not break out. It could break out only once, but then it immediately came back inside. But yesterday, what we see is that at the end of the day, it has broken out of this entire resistance zone with a nice long body movement. So that is giving me confidence that the Bank Nifty is far better placed than the Nifty for a bullish move. That is what it says, because this crucial resistance zone that I marked on the Nifty of the 15,880, it is still not taken down. But when I zoom in at the Bank Nifty here, it seems to have broken out of this level of 33,700, and 33,700 was a level that I drew, and I told you that it will be crucial for speed to come in the movement of the Bank Nifty. And if you see, the speed in movement of yesterday only came once this particular level was breached, and it was not easy to breach this level because it tried once, then it tried again, third time, fourth time, fifth time. Only on the sixth attempt it was able to breach this particular level. We got a follow through candle and a nice move upwards. So what we want to see is follow through price action emerging on the Bank Nifty, and we can now look at higher levels on the Bank Nifty. So the first thing that the Bank Nifty needs to do to show follow through on the bullish side is that it needs to cross 34,150. Okay. 34,150 is the minimum that it needs to do to reassert its bullish dominance. Okay, that is one. And the next thing is going to be the next level on the top will be 34,350. Okay, that is on the top side. On the bottom side, it cannot and it should not breach 33,700. अगर 33,700 का लेवल टूट गया तो आपको बहुत केयरफुल रहना है बैंक निफ्टी में, और 33,700 के नीचे है 33,500. Okay, so these are the two levels. From an intraday multi-day perspective, I think the market should respect these levels that I have drawn on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to keep it on for a couple of minutes so that all of you are able to see these levels properly and note it down. Okay, so I'm having a look at the option data for the Bank Nifty, and and one glance at the option data tells me that 33,800. Okay, 33,800 is where the maximum put OI changes. So that is also going to act as a support. So the levels that we've drawn, 33,700, is very important, because if it falls below that, the OI concentration is at 33,800, and this 33,700 is an important level like we drew. If the Bank Nifty breaks these two levels, then what happens is it moves into the lower zone, and we will see some problems happen. And on the top side, I don't see too much like resistance there. 34,500 is the next zone where the call OI is there. So there is very little resistance on top. So if at all the Bank Nifty decides to rally today, it is most likely to give us a decent movement on the upside, all the way to 34,350. That will be our first target. And if I want to look at higher targets, I will my next level, I didn't have to draw this particular level for a long time, but since we are here, it is going to be the top of the earlier gap zone that we had here, which is nothing but 34,750. Okay, 34,750 will be the next one. But although I don't think that this level we'll see it in intraday. We might see it from a multi-day perspective, but it is important to know what the important zones are and what the potential is, and that is what I'm trying to mark out over here. If I look at the open interest also for the Bank Nifty, the max open interest on the call side is at 34,000 and 34,500. That is where we have the max call open interest. The max put open interest is at 33,500 and 33,000. So more or less the option data is also corroborating with the view that we have marked. Okay, so that is it. Now what I want to see is I want to go and it is very important for everyone to do this. I want to now go and check out the daily charts of all the Bank Nifty component stocks and see what we are getting. That I'll start with the stock with the highest weightage, which is HDFC Bank. Okay, let's see what we are getting on HDFC Bank. I'm seeing HDFC Bank more or less has been sideways. Okay, and in the past 5 days also, nothing much happening here. The RSI is in the neutral zone. The DI lines are positive, so I don't think too much in terms of HDFC Bank should come. So let us look at Kotak now. The next stock I will see is Kotak Bank. So what Kotak Bank has been doing is, we saw that Kotak Bank was bearish for the past few weeks. It was coming in our bearish scans. The RSI also is in oversold territory, but one very important thing is happening here. It seems to be staging a recovery from the bottom, because we've got 1, 2, 3 three successive higher green candles. So that is one thing we can keep in mind for Kotak Bank. The next I will see ICICI Bank. Let's go to ICICI Bank and look at the chart of ICICI. So ICICI also has been showing like lower tops. Yeah, but one good thing that I can see here is I can see this nice sort of recovery candle that has come here. The RSI also is trying to inch upwards and trying to cross 60. Okay, so that is what we have in ICICI. Next, let us look at IndusInd. I think this IndusInd Bank was in the news as well. I thought I read some news on IndusInd Bank in the morning. Let me just check the news. There was some like 1 crore levy on the stock. Let's see. Here I have it. I see that IndusInd Bank, the RBI of India imposed a penalty of rupees 1 crore for non-compliance with customer due diligence procedure in accounts opened via KYC. The same levy also, some similar levy also came on Kotak Mahindra Bank of 1 crore. See, 1 crore. The 1 crore levy does not even dent the earnings of these companies by a fraction. So I don't think that that should be something so big that we need to consider. I see that Vedanta was also in the news, so I'll just cover the stocks in news after some time, but let us complete this. So we don't have much time. It is 9:06, so I don't have the time to check out each of these charts. What I want to see is I want to put on Ichimoku and I want to check out the status of these charts. So I'll directly go to NeoTrader, and after going to NeoTrader, I'm going to keep day and week on, and I'm going to change my universe to BANKNIFTY, and I'm going to only keep day first, and I will choose yes bullish. Okay, none of them are bullish in terms of that. Close above cloud, only Federal Bank has gone above the cloud. Close above TS and KS, I find Bank of Baroda, Federal Bank, HDFC, ICICI, IDFC First, SBI. The bull score not so much. Okay, see, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put on some parameters on the Ichimoku dashboard of NeoTrader, and I'm trying to see what are the stocks from the banking index that qualify for bullish to sort of ascertain whether Bank Nifty is going to continue its move or no. Okay, so I'm going to choose, I don't see okay, so like okay, so I have okay, I have put on all the possible combinations from Ichimoku on the bullish side, and I find that Bank of Baroda, Federal Bank, IDFC First, these three are the ones that are more bullish, but these three have lesser weight. HDFC, ICICI and SBI are not there on the bearish side, so that is a good thing, and all of the other stocks have not shown up. Okay, so nothing really material I found from here. Let me go here and let me change this to say month and see what if I go and look at the banks, what do I see from the banks? I can see that all of these banks are in the green, private banks, and all the PSU banks are also in the green. Okay, so the move on the banks has been building up across the whole month, so that is a bullish sign, and apart from that I can see far more green now compared to the other stocks. Okay, so we will have to wait for the market to open and see how the see how the price action emanates, like once the market opens. So I'm going to go, and before that I found a really good trade in Heikkanashi yesterday. Yeah, so let me go and see if I'm getting something from my Heikkanashi dashboard today. And interestingly, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing Britannia and I'm seeing Havells. Okay, so I was just analyzing the FMCG sector yesterday, and I found many stocks appearing in bullish from the FMCG space. So I find that Britannia and Havells have shown new trend. So I should go and check out the daily chart of both Britannia and Havells. So let me write Britannia here, and yes, I can see that there is a good up move coming in, and it is also broken above its former zone, price action zone. So Britannia will definitely be a good stock to watch. Havells, let me look at Havells now. Yes, Havells also is showing me a recovery. It has been falling. It was falling down. It went flat, and it has shown me two positive green candles. So Havells is also another reversal candidate that I need to keep in mind. Okay, it is 9:10. 5 more minutes to go. 5 more minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see whether anything else has come on the news that can be useful for us. Okay, so Vedanta has reported 3% increase in production. Cipla has received an FDA form 483. Okay, so like when a pharma company gets a US FDA inspection, that is technically not a very good thing. But the article says that there is no data integrity observation and the company will submit its response. So maybe we will have to wait and see what happens there. Marico has increased its stake in Apco Naturals by 4%. So maybe Marico, maybe, and I told you the FMCG sector is in play. So maybe Marico, because it's in the news, maybe one of the stocks that we need to see. TCS, a US court reduced the punitive damages to 140 million in a trade secrets case. So that looks like it's good news for TCS. So maybe we need to also look at TCS, like once it's opened. Kotak Mahindra and IndusInd had some small levy. I think I read that out earlier. Tata Steel also seems to have done some M&A activity through its subsidiary Tata Steel Long Products, and it has acquired Neelachal Ispat Nigam. So Tata Steel may also be in focus today. Okay, that was the main news items of the day. Let us see whether we got anything else. Yes, rupee. Okay, the rupee has fallen to 79.06. Okay, so what happened was yesterday we saw that for 6 days in a row the rupee was falling. The rupee did not fall yesterday, so that was a good sign. Even the market did well, but the rupee today has again fallen to a record low. So that is something that we need to keep in mind, because it may weigh on our Indian market. Yeah, the 10-year bond yield has also risen. So that is another thing that we need to keep in mind. 79.06. My God, that is the level that the rupee has sort of made. Yeah, okay, some people are writing about TCS results. So yes, that is one thing we need to keep in mind starting this week and next week. The result season is going to begin, and once the result season begins, that will sort of dictate the trend in the market, and that will sort of dictate the stocks that will be in play. The first set of results that will come will always be of the large cap IT companies. So all your TCS will be, I think, on Friday, and starting from next week you will see all the major IT companies report results first. Then you will find all the large caps reporting their results, and for the next 1 month the trend of the market will be hugely influenced by the flow of results. So that's something we need to keep in mind. Okay, we don't have much time, 2 more minutes to go before the market opens. Let me quickly go to my expert alerts page and let me see what is coming. I have a potential reversal in India Mart. Okay, so maybe if the market is up, and if India Mart is giving us a reversal, we'll be alerted over here, or we'll be alerted on our rolling ticker. We can also look at that. Okay, and HDFC Bank and HDFC are also on potential reversal. Okay, so that is another thing we need to look out for, whether we are going to get a bearish reversal in this. So like one thing you all need to understand, that the signal that you're looking here, it only gets confirmed once the market opens over here in this EOD follow through page. So as of right now, none of these signals are confirmed. They are alerts. Okay, they are not signals, they are alerts. They will become a signal once the market opens, and it is 9:14. 1 more minute to go before the market opens. So let me go and let me add everything in my rolling ticker and be ready for the market to open now. Yeah, price day, price week, everything. So all of it, BB cut, range expansion, potential reversal. ओके और क्या है, आ गया सब कुछ. या एवरीथिंग इज योर. बाकी का मैं बाद में ऐड कर लूंगा. और ये करते करते 9:15 हो गया है, and the market is market has opened. Awesome. So let us go and see what happened to the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. अभी जाके देखते हैं यहाँ पे क्या हुआ निफ्टी बैंक निफ्टी में. Okay, so gap up open, and we have seen that one very important thing has happened, that the Nifty has opened above 15,880. I told you people one thing, that the bare minimum that the Nifty needs to do to continue showing bullishness is sustain above 15,880. So the bare minimum it seems to have done, so that is a good thing. Now the next level that needs to be taken out is 16,000. Okay, 16,000 and 16,200. These are the next two levels that we have for the Nifty. So let's wait for this first 5-minute candle to settle down and then come back here. Bank Nifty again another gap up, and 34,150 it is going, and it is trying to breach the resistance that we've drawn. So clearly a better open for the Bank Nifty compared to the Nifty. Okay, so let's wait for let's give these two guys 5 minutes to settle down, and then we will get back to them. And as we always do, what we'll do once the market opens is we will see the dashboard, and I see that already 2 auto stocks are in the green. And when I go and choose this from open, what do I see? I find that M&M Fin, Chambal Fertilizer, Indigo, Shriram Transport, LIC Housing Finance. These are my top gainers and these are my top losers over here. Okay. So I find that M&M Fin, Chambal Fertilizer are the 2 top gainers here. Shriram Transport Finance is here. M&M is here on top. So M&M is one of the stocks we want to keep in mind, because M&M has been in a good uptrend. Eicher Motor, another stock that is here. So we will take and keep an eye on Eicher Motor as well. Okay. So what else do we have? That stock in good uptrend. Trend seems to be giving some follow through action from yesterday. Yeah. Jubilant Food. Okay. Jubilant Food also should be kept in mind. Any other FMCG stock? Are we seeing any FMCG here? Apart from Jubilant Food, no. So I think Jubilant Food is the only one from that pack. So yes, that was on the upside. Let me go down and look at the stock on the downside. What is happening? FSL has come in here. FSL also is in a good uptrend. Coromandel, another stock in a good uptrend on the top gainers list. So you can keep an eye on Coromandel. Yeah. So on the downside, Hind Petro, RBL Bank, Manappuram, Davis Lab, Torrent Pharma. Okay, so one thing. Okay, so VDL also again on the downside. So nothing significant from the breadth readings. So let me go into the Nifty 50 and see what is happening. When I go into the Nifty 50, I find that the leader stocks, I don't see any leader here. So I'm not too sure about the Nifty now, because none of the leader stocks are on top. But Reliance seems to be coming in. SBI seems to be coming in here. There's ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank, IndusInd, all 3 banks, 4 banks in the green, taking the Bank Nifty higher. Yeah. Bajaj Finserv is flat. Tata Steel is flat. HDFC Bank is flat. Tata Motors also flat here. HDFC is somewhat on the downside. Bajaj Auto is down. I earlier indicated and I indicated weakness in Bajaj Auto earlier also, where I told you that from the auto pack there are just 2 stocks that are actually pretty weak, and they are Escorts and Bajaj Auto, and I find that Bajaj Auto seems to be reeling today. Okay, so now let me go to the Nifty, Bank Nifty, and when I go to the Bank Nifty, I see that all the leaders are right up there on the green. So clearly we are we need to be focusing on the Bank Nifty today, and I find that level 1 sort of setup has already come on the Bank Nifty, where it has come with a gap. So that is one thing we need to see, because वो gap के साथ आ गया, but clearly better move seen on the Bank Nifty than the Nifty. Okay, so here we are at the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. I'm going to use Bank Nifty is almost going to cross its H4 level of today. So that will be pretty interesting. Okay, I see many of you have started getting active now on the chat. Rajesh Thakur, Vinayagam, ICICI Bank. Okay, so since the Bank Nifty is going up, what we'll do is we'll start looking at trades from here. Kotak Bank hai, Anything came twice. ICICI Bank is also BB cut. What else do we have? Kotak Bank, ICICI. So as of right now, previous day high and BB cut. So as of right now, the only trade that I have from rolling ticker on the banks is ICICI Bank. So let me put ICICI Bank. Clearly a very strong move is being seen in ICICI Bank. So R1, so yes, our level 1 trade, okay, is active on ICICI Bank. So we will have to wait for this particular candle to close, and after this particular candle is closed, we can look for a trade. So Vinayagam, it is your duty to track ICICI Bank. I'm moving to the next stock now, and the next stock that I'm seeing is going to be Havells. I saw someone write on the chat like Havells. Yes, Havells also. Okay, so Havells has a very wide CPR, so we need to be a little careful. But since we saw that it was amongst the stock in our daily list, ये 5 minute candle closing के बाद हम Havells पे call लेंगे, and I am going to give responsibility to Mitul. Mitul, it is your job to track Havells. ठीक है, we will wait for this 5 minute candle to close before we can. Yes, like Varun says, book 10,000 profit in BTST trades taken from NeoTrader. Excellent, Varun, that is superb. Okay, I want you to now pick out new trades from there. Shriram Transport Finance. Okay, Din Money has said Shriram Transport Finance, and Din Money is very good, and that is a very good stock pick by Din Money. So what I want you to do, Din Money, is I want you to wait for this particular candle to close above previous day's high. Once this candle closes here, you can look for a fresh position. Okay, so I will show you also what your position will be. So if your entry will be here at 1293, your first target is going to be at R3 level of 1307. Okay, so 1307 is going to be your first target, and you can either keep it below the day's low as your stop loss. If that is too far for you, you can keep it somewhere over here below the 50% level of the previous candle. So you're still getting a 1:1 trade on Shriram Transport Finance. Okay, so SR was in our list for many days. So that is something that Din Money has found out, and here this is how your trade is going to pan out. Okay, entry at 1293, target at 1307, stop loss at 1276. All right, that was your trade on Adani on Shriram Transport Finance. And even if I go to the daily chart, like what I see is I see this stock somewhat attempting a range breakout on daily as well. So may not be a bad option to be trading this stock today. Okay, so here here we are. Our trade is active, and our trade is going towards the target zone. What you guys need to do, the moment the R3 level is reached, you all can either book profit. I don't know how many of you got a chance to get into this trade. The moment R3 is reached, you can tighten your stop loss a bit. If R3 breaks out, you will continue taking the trade for R4. Okay, that is what we are going to do in this stock. So like here we are, and here we go. Shriram Transport Finance, the first one. Speed is of essence, guys, and speed is what will dictate your intraday trading. Let me go to the next one now. So that was Shriram Transport Finance. Quick action there. Adani Port. Let us look at Adani Ports. Adani Port. Okay, we will wait for R3 to break out in Adani Port. So let us wait for that R3 breakout to happen. And let me now go to my pivots page, and let me look at the wide and narrow. Okay, let me look at wide and let me look at the narrow CPRs for the day so that I can identify some stocks. At the same time, I want the कैमरिया पेज ऑल्सो टू बी ओपन. वहाँ पे भी कुछ अच्छा स्टॉक्स मुझे मिल जाएगा. बहुत सारे स्टॉक्स है एज नैरो में. हमारे वॉच लिस्ट से कुछ है इन नैरो. लेट मी सी इन माई बुलिश लिस्ट. M&M एंड कोरोमंडल. ओके, M&M एंड कोरोमंडल इन नैरो. बेरिश में कोटक, LTTS, एम्फोसिस, एस्कॉट्स. ओके, बट एनीवे M&M is here, so let me look at what is in level 1. Adani Enterprise in level 1. SR Trans, already the trade is active on Shriram Transport Finance. Okay, Ultrasem also will be a good one to look at. Okay, so clearly many stocks over here. So what I would request you people to do is look at those stocks that are having all three or at least two green dots if you want to filter. But Havells is here from the stocks in our watch list. Havells is here, so yeah, you all can keep an eye on Havells. Now let me go to the Cameria page and see what has come on H4. Atul hai, all three green dots. Tata Motors, Apollo Tyre, Adani Ports, Canfin Home. The only stock I will see here is Adani Ports, and I will wait for this R3 breakout to come. तब तक score of 2 भी आ जाएगा Cameria में, Adani Ports में. Okay, so Coromandel, yes, Coromandel also we were seeing in the morning. Let us see if there any signal came in Coromandel. No, we don't have any signal so far. As per our system, we don't have a signal in Coromandel. We might have to wait in Coromandel. Like Tata Motors, Apollo Tyre, M&M देखते. M&M में कुछ आया क्या? M&M में R1 क्रॉस नहीं किया M&M, तो M&M में कोई भी ट्रेड नहीं लेंगे हम लोग. We will wait in M&M as well. Let's see what is happening to our friend Nifty and Bank Nifty. Nifty and Bank Nifty seems to be in consolidating two candles here. Yeah, so again, I told you people at the start, we will wait for this candle to close. Uske baad you see what to do. Okay, and that is exactly what is happening here. If you saw, it is created a upper shadow over here. See, remember one thing, both the indices are at a very crucial zone, at a very crucial level. So you should be a little careful at such times. हम stock तो ढूंढ ही रहे, and we are picking out some very good trades in stocks anyway. Like for example, Shriram Transport Finance was this trade, and it has broken. Looks to be breaking about R3 as well. And I see that Kirit Shah has already booked 18,846 profit in this. Superb. Now, all of you people at R3, it is at R3. So what you can do is you can do stop to cost. If it breaks and goes above R3, you will go for R4 level. Okay, and so that is one thing that you need to do over here. Awesome. I'm happy that Kirit Shah has booked profit in this trade. Okay, it was a very fast trade, and I'm happy that the fastest finger first winner was Mr. Kirit Shah. I hope Din Money has also took the trade because he is the person who identified it first. So yes, I hope that you also took advantage of it, Din Money. I see there was Adani Enterprise ka calls on that on the chat, and I see it has all three green dots here. So let me go and let me just look at Adani Enterprise. I've already told you people what to do now in Shriram Transport Finance. Yeah. So please follow those guidelines. Adani Enterprise also has come into level 1. Yeah, let's wait for this candle to close and see what happens. Adani Enterprise also can be a good trade, guys, for people who want to take. Okay, like that is also good. What I'm going to see now is I'm going to see narrow 7 and wide 7. उसमें क्या है? अभी first let us look at narrow 7 में अतुल है. बहुत सारा stocks है आज narrow 7 में. अरे वाह, अतुल is in narrow 7. इसमें किसी में भी अपना सिग्नल है क्या? अपने सिग्नल वाले स्टॉक्स कुछ यहाँ पे दिखाई दे रहा है. कोलगेट, M&M है यहाँ पे, कोटक बैंक. Okay, so none of the stocks that we are looking at is here in narrow 7. None of the stocks that we discussed is also here in wide 7. So it's a good thing. That is good. Okay. Yeah. Din Money says trade active. Superb, Din Money. Awesome. Yeah. ICICI Bank is moving, but please note, Vinayakam, ICICI Bank is in like wide 7. So what that means that the CPR is the widest in the past 7 sessions. So we need to be a little careful about what movement we are seeing in ICICI Bank today, because of the fact, ये देखो, ये कितना wide है देखो CPR. Just see this zone now. See how this R1 to S1 का zone देखो, ये इतना लंबा है, उसका CPR भी इतना लंबा है, ठीक है. So we have to be little cautious, okay, इस पे. Power grid. Let us look at power grid. Power grid was in the gainers list in the morning. Let us see what happened here. Wow, power grid showing a super movement, and I see that like Ranjan has booked profit in power grid already. You can look for a level all the way till here. ये कितना है ये? 216.5. So you can look almost till 216.5 R3 level तक you can you can look for in power grid. That's great. That's awesome. Okay, here we have, and let us see if we had any signals that NeoTrader showed on power grid. Oh, we got a lot of them in the morning. Okay, power grid. We got BB cut, like okay, like how Vinayagam is saying, it's walking the band. You got that signal here of BB cut, and you got the signal that it crossed previous day's high. Both these signals were here. If I add fib, let me add fib. ये भी आया होगा इस पे, like R1, and let me add now. It is almost 9:30, so maybe I can add opening range breakout. I can add what price and volume combined as well. Let me go to potential reversal in expert alerts and see if, oh shit, I should not have done that. I'll have to add all my signals again now. But anyway, it's fine. We'll do it. Potential reversal bearish REC limited. So REC limited, if you saw it was rising for the past few days, and today we've got a potential reversal short on REC. That is one thing. Manali Suresh says Siemens. Please tell me that on what signal have you got on Siemens here? Okay. So look at Siemens. Okay. Like what signal are you seeing on Siemens? Please also tell me that. Let's go to our page, camera page, and see if we are seeing something on Siemens here. Let me refresh and see इसमें Siemens में कुछ आ रहा है क्या? इधर है Siemens यहाँ पे नहीं है. We don't have Siemens over here. Let's look here. Okay, so please tell me exactly like what signal are you seeing on Siemens, and I will analyze that. Havells was one of the stocks we saw earlier because हमारे watch list में Havells था. मेरे bullish watch list में I told you that there was Havells, and let us go and check out Havells now whether उसमें कुछ target आया क्या Havells में. And Havells is moving up exactly as we expected it to move. It is almost going and touching our R3 target. I had asked Mithul to track Havells, and he's done a good job, and he's highlighted here that it is going towards our target level. So another reason why I picked Havells was because someone asked me how I picked the stock. I'll tell you, I did the same thing in Emphasis yesterday. I'm doing the same thing today also. So like what we are doing is we are looking on the daily. We are doing daily analysis before the market starts. So we are going to Ichimoku, we are going to the Heiken Ashi page, and we are choosing the daily time frame and seeing the stocks that are coming there. And we are shortlisting those stocks and adding them to our watch list. And the moment they're giving us any signal in the day, we are taking entry in all of those stocks. Okay, ठीक है. ऑल बार बार आ रहा है यहाँ पे सीमेंस. तो लेट मी लुक एट दैट. या and I'm seeing that Siemens, okay, yes, the trade is active on Siemens, but please do note that the CPR is wide. Okay, so when we have a wide CPR, we will have a limited movement in Siemens. Okay, so Havells मैंने already दिखा दिया आपको, Bank Nifty already दिखा दिया, Siemens also we are seeing now. So yes, Siemens has been active. Level 1 trade आ गया Siemens में. Yeah. And yes, like Ranjan is saying, Havells was in new trend in Hikanashi daily time frame. That is where I picked it up from in the morning. So before the day began, we also opened the chart and we did some analysis on Havells. So that is another thing that we saw. So yes, so that is how we picked stocks. So even Shriram Transport Finance, the quick trade that we took in that was because Shriram Transport Finance was in our bullish watch list for many days, and the day it gave a long signal, quickly we got in. Tata Power gap up and tried to get follow through. Tata Power was also on the news today. So let me see if I can pull that out. I am sure I read news on Tata Power in the morning. Let us look at that. Okay, so as we speak, India's June vehicle retail sales increases 27% YOY. Okay, two-wheeler sales up 20%, three-wheeler sales up 212%, total vehicle sales up 27%, and passenger vehicle sale rose 40%. Okay, so because passenger vehicle sales have risen 40%, the main players there is Maruti and M&M, and that is what we are seeing an effect of that coming in these stocks. That was the expectation that was built in M&M and Maruti, that they will deliver higher volume numbers. That is why for the past 2 weeks the stocks were rising. Okay, and the news has come now that passenger vehicle sale has rose 40%. Okay, three-wheeler sales are up 212%. I don't think any tradable stock is too much there in three-wheeler. Atul Auto is one of the stocks, but that's in the mid-cap, small-cap space. TVS is also a big player in three-wheelers, and three-wheeler sales were up 212%. And if I go and if I look at TVS Motor, I'll see that a lot of that up move that we saw on TVS and M&M and Maruti, the reason for that up move is coming now on the news. So that is something that we will see. So the article also says that high fuel prices have had a spillover effect on transportation and made it expensive. This will have a negative effect on entry-level passenger vehicles as well as the two-wheeler segment, which are generally dominated by first-time buyers. Okay, so it says that the two-wheeler segment and entry-level passenger vehicle segment may face some sort of slowdown because of the higher fuel prices. That's what the article says. So if I sometime back when we were analyzing the technicals, we saw that in the entire auto space, the weakest stocks were the two-wheeler stocks, Bajaj Auto, and I can see that Bajaj Auto is also down. Bajaj Auto is already there on the three-wheeler side, but it focuses more on the export market over there. On the domestic market, TVS is like more involved. And okay, if rural India stabilizes, auto retail will enter the festive season on a good note. So yes, so we have our charts, we have our technicals, we've already seen all of these things play out. We are only now reading the news and correlating the moves, right? But the important point is that we caught all of these moves even before the news came out. The news is coming out today, right? The moves happened 2 weeks back, and that is seen on the chart, and like whatever came on the chart, we were able to like sort of really make use of. What else are we seeing here? Anything else? Any other news item? Okay, so Tata Power is to invest 3,000 crores to set up a solar plant in Tamil Nadu. That was the news that I read in the morning about Tata Power. So let me look at Tata Power and let us put Tata Power, and I find that Tata Power is showing an R3 breakout. So yes, if this candle closes above R3, and since more or less the trend over here is positive, I can look for a movement in Tata Power. Tata Power is a smaller stock, but Tata Power shows pretty good movement, so it is one of the stocks that I can keep in my radar. Now let me go to the daily chart of let me go to this daily chart of this and see what is happening on the daily chart, and I find that a pretty strong move is coming over this. Oh wow, Tata Power is showing a very good move. I'll tell you why. Because this former long body candle and this former supply area, it is broken above that level with a gap, and it is moving up. Okay, RSI has taken support on 60 and moving up to oversold. So clearly Tata Power has showing some action, and it is breaking R3 also. So yes, Tata Power is something that we need to keep in our radar. It is a trade that we can look to initiate. Here we are, if it breaks above R3. Okay, so and the CPR also is normal. CPR also is not wide. Okay, so R3 breakout. Can we see ITC and HUL once? Okay, let us. Okay. First, tell me what you saw in ITC and HUL, and then I'll see it. Shantanu Batra, after many days you've come. Okay, Sun Pharma narrow CPR in level 3, all dots green, can be tracked if it crosses R1. Okay, Ranjan, if the moment it's going to track cross R1, you will update us on the chat. Good call, Clinton, on Tata Power. Yes, I agree that very good call on Tata Power, Clinton. Superb. Yeah. Nifty touching 16,000 soon. So let us check out Nifty 15,953. So another interesting point is if it crosses 16,000, I told you that 16,000 is a crucial resistance. Open interest is there. और अगर 16,000 क्रॉस किया तो R3 का भी ब्रेकआउट अपने को इंट्राडे में मिल जाएगा. तो the moment 16,000 is crossed, we are going to get to see a lot of speed on the Nifty. Okay, and the Bank Nifty as well. Let us go here now. Bank Nifty also is fighting. It is fighting to break out of this resistance. The moment it breaks out of that resistance, we will get the follow through that we are wanting to see on the Bank Nifty as well. Okay, MCX. Alright, let me look at MCX. What to do on MCX? MCX also was okay. This is 30-minute chart. Okay, R3 पे struggle मार रहा है थोड़ा. ये R3 का रेजोल्यूशन होने दो MCX में, उसके बाद हम इसको देखते हैं. सो विनायगम, योर जॉब इज टू ट्रैक MCX टू सी इफ वी आर गेटिंग एनी रेजोल्यूशन अबाउ R3. ओके, दैट इज व्हाट यू नीड टू ट्रैक. व्हाट एल्स डू वी हैव हियर? Anything new that has come on export alerts? Oh, so one thing you need to see, guys, the fact that you have so many stocks in bullish and only one stock in bearish clearly indicates which way the market is going, and clearly indicates what sort of signals we need to be looking out for. Okay. Let's go now. It is almost 9:44. Let's see any stock that has crossed R3 already. Stocks breaking R3. Bajaj Finserv seems to have broken above R3. Anything here that is on the verge of that? Tata Power is here. So Tata Power is something that we need to that is there. So yes, I'm sure Clinton will be tracking that, and he will say also, yeah, if anything happens there on Tata Power. Atul is another stock. So it is 9:45. Oh, okay, here we got the latest refresh now. Tata Power has broken R3. Here it is. So Tata Power R3 breakout has come. PEL is here. Bajaj Finance and Adani Port. So PEL we'll see first. Tata Power we have already seen. We'll see PEL now. Next we'll see Adani Port. After that we'll see FinServ. Okay. So let us go to Adani Port. ये देखो MCX में ये resistance ले रहा है, तो let us wait for this to how do I say, let us wait for a resolution. Adani Port नहीं, Adani Enterprise है, sorry, Adani Port. What do I am seeing in Adani Ports? Adani Ports I'm seeing R3 breakout. I will wait for this candle confirmation to come in Adani Port. What else did I see? I saw PEL. Let me look at PEL. PEL में तो आ गया. We've got a close above R3 in PEL. Okay. So yes, that is what we have. Next is this one, Bajaj FinServ. Let me go here and let me write Bajaj FinServ. Yes, Bajaj FinServ has moved above R3 already, but I'm getting two red candles, so I will wait for it to give me a pullback around R3 levels, and I can look for fresh entry in Bajaj FinServ. Sun Pharma broke R1. Yeah, let's look at Sun Pharma. Yes, R1 breakout here in Sun Pharma has come. So level 2. Sun Pharma has reached level 2, and the moment it hits 840, it will hit level 1 as well. So we are almost nearly there in Sun Pharma. But I'll tell you one thing, guys. This is something that I saw on the weekend. Okay, I was looking at this report where I was studying the rollover data, and I saw that the open interest, the maximum at the least level of open interest was there in pharma stocks. Okay, so उसका ये मतलब है कि जो pharma stocks में overall interest है from an institutional perspective, that is reducing. So that is one thing that we need to have come. Okay, Clinton says Dabur. So let us look at Dabur. So yes, Dabur, the trade is already active. Our target will be 536 on Dabur. So 1% more to go on top here on Dabur, and your stop loss can be here at around 525.9. So yes, yes, a good trade taken in Dabur, because I can see that Dabur is in a roaring uptrend. Okay, I had posted something on Twitter yesterday. Let's see if it's still there. मेरा Twitter का tweet. I had written that there is on FMCG names are coming up, and one of the stocks that is above H4 on daily time frame was Dabur. Apart from Dabur, there is Britannia, there is ITC, there is Siemens, and there is UBL. Okay, so आज Siemens में भी signal आया, Dabur में भी आया signal. So and I think even Clinton has gone into Neo Trader, and he's gone to the monthly H4 and the and all the different monthly scans and shortlisted Dabur. So that is a good thing. So it's a good trade to take. It's a very good trade to take because it is coming after doing lot of analysis. And whenever you take a trade after doing all the proper analysis, it is an excellent trade. Even if it doesn't work, it is a right trade. Every trade is not going to work. But when you do analysis and you take the trade, the chances of the trade working is much higher. Okay. MCX breakout above R3. Yes, Karthik Patel was tracking MCX and a breakout. Yes, MCX में R3 breakout it has come. इसमें आ गया R3 breakout. So yes, superb. So good spotting and good tracking, Karthik. That is nice. Vinayagam also, all of you people, superb. So it is 9:50. So let us see what new has come on Heikanashi. Let us go to Heikanashi here. 30 minutes में what has come. Tata Communication new trend. TechM, India Mart, BPCL. India Mart potential reversal में भी था. तो अभी India Mart जाके देखते हैं कि India Mart में कुछ आया है क्या. Like यहाँ पे भी आ रहा है India Mart नहीं, it is inside CPR, तो we will still have to wait for it. तो India Mart का हम सिग्नल नहीं लेंगे अभी. TechM is there, BPCL is there, Tata Communication is there. None of these stocks I want to look for from the buy side, even though they are showing new trends. Continued trend in Bosch and Balkrishna Industries. So Bosch is something that has been on an uptrend for a while. But what is interesting is confirmed trend in HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank. What else is here? Anything interesting here? Infi. Tata Power. Okay, Tata Power was a stock that we were seeing. Tata Power में अभी 30 मिनट में confirmed trend भी आ गया. So let us go and check out now Tata Power. देखो अभी यहाँ पे stock मिल गया. It is not necessary to see all stocks, but the stocks we have to keep tracking stocks, and by doing this, what is happening? The stocks that we are having some conviction on, we are seeing like various levels, and it is coming, and नहीं ये Tata Steel है. Okay, now Tata Power is going to be taking support at R3. So if Tata Power takes support here, okay, it does not break R3, it pulls back, takes support and takes reversal, then that is again a fresh entry. That is again a sign of fresh entry in Tata Power. Okay, Havells. Let us show Havells. Let us look at Havells. And what is happening in Havells? Havells, nothing much. Trend reversal. This is not trend reversal in Havells, Mithul. This is just two red candle. This is just few red candles that are coming. Trend reversal will happen when it breaks S1. Okay, when it goes below CPR and breaks S1, that is when trend reversal will happen. Okay, so here it is going towards R3. It is coming back at R1 and previous day high. We will either look for support or we will look for support at CPR, and we can look for a retest if we get a reversal from here. So this is no way a trend reversal. And if I go to expert alerts, what do I see? Havells is ADX. Havells is in BB cut. Havells is above its previous week's high. Havells is above its previous day's high. So if I see here, this is previous day's high. Havells is trading above its previous day's high. It is also like clearly above its previous week's high. So that is why you can see that both these signals are active, because previous day और previous week high के ऊपर वो trade हो रहा है. Range expansion definitely हुआ है इसमें in this particular up move. So range expansion also has happened in Havells. And like what else do we have? BB cut on 15-minute time frame and ADX. So if I go and if I look at the ADX of Havells, I see that the ADX is consistently rising. Yeah, so I have my ADX rising signal also, and I have and my BB cut signal also. So all of the signals that are there are already like what is being displayed on the chart is what is being displayed on your expert alerts, and all those signals are still active. Okay, so because you see 2-3 red candles, that does not mean that all of these signals are negative. Okay, so like you're asking is that it is showing fight. Why is it coming down? The signal is that it is above previous day and above previous week's high. Even though these 2-3 red candles have come, it is still above its previous day and previous week's high. So the signal will remain active. Even though these red candles have come, ADX is still rising, so the signal will be active. So you have to see it from all of these perspectives, and because all these signals are still active, we can look for it to either take support here or take support here and look for a reversal. Okay, that is what we can look for. Suppose if all of these signals were not active, I would have looked for a break below CPR, a break below S1, and a lower levels in all of these stocks. So I hope you understood how that works. JSW Steel, good 4 continuous green candles in UPL. So let us look at UPL and see what is happening. Yes, 4 continuous green candles on UPL. UPL also was a level 1 candidate. Yeah, Naukri long performing well. Let us look at Naukri now. What is happening on Naukri? How is the okay? So what happened here is that you at R3 it refused to break out above R3. It has taken resistance at R3 and it is coming down. what we need to see is we will need to see for it to take support here. And another thing in Naukri, you can see that the CPR was wide. Because the CPR was wide, the fact that it went till R3 was indicative of that the move is nearly coming to an end. Okay, so wherever your CPR is wide, you will have to look for an completion of a move near R3. Wherever the CPR is normal or narrow, that is where we can look for an R3 breakout. Okay, so let us go to the CPR page and let us see what other stocks are there in CPR wide. Like for example, Siemens. Okay, now Siemens is CPR wide, and Siemens is also like very, very positive. But the fact that the CPR is so wide, it is highly unlikely that this stock will even reach R3, or it might break out. Even if it goes, the likelihood of Siemens ending its move at R3 is high. So you should look to book out your profits, or you should look to sort of take your money off the table while you're getting it, because you can't keep waiting for this higher level, because it's become too wide. It is become like wide 7. So whenever you see like wide CPR, wide 7, you need to take away the quicker profits in these stocks. Okay. So Rinku more, Bank Nifty is now moving. Okay, let us 34,250 R3 breakout almost on the cards for Bank Nifty, and we are seeing that it has broken. It is closed above our level. Okay, so we are nearly there. We are almost here, and we may end up getting a trade in Bank Nifty now. We may end up getting a long trade in Bank Nifty. We will have to wait and see what else is there in long in CPR wide. Or koi hai? Hindustan Unilever. Someone had asked me to look at Hindustan Unilever on the chat. So let me see Hindustan Unilever. Again, Hindustan Unilever also very, very wide CPR, super wide CPR. So even if we sort of get a level 1 move in Hindustan Unilever, we will take fast profits in this. Because the CPR is so wide, we don't want to risk going all the way till R3. थोड़ा भी इस पे अगर प्रॉफिट आ गया, so हम इसमें निकल सकते हैं. सेम वे ITC का भी आई थिंक लाइक वाइड ही है, एंड ITC टुडे is stuck between the CPR, so no signal in ITC. Next, let us go to Dabur and see what is happening in Dabur. Dabur also the trade is active, but is the CPR wide in Dabur? Let us look at Dabur. CPR is wide. No, CPR is not wide in Dabur. So because CPR is not wide in Dabur, we can it is not narrow also. Okay, it is neither wide nor narrow, so we can wait. We can look for R3 in Dabur. तो ऐसे आपको ट्रेड का प्लानिंग करना पड़ेगा. Okay, you have to see all of these things and you need to sort of decide. Okay. Okay, now it is almost 10 a.m. HDFC Bank above R3. Yes, HDFC Bank यहाँ पे इधर HDFC Bank आया है क्या? Let us see. HDFC Bank दिख तो नहीं रहा है यहाँ पे above. Maybe it is not closed above. It is trying to breach. Let us look here. Okay, it is not closed, but it is giving a long body candle. So most probably at 10 a.m. it will close. Okay, so yes, Bank Nifty is going to rock, and if Bank Nifty is going to move up, HDFC Bank is going to take it up. So straight away trade has to be on HDFC Bank. Now R3 breakout has come. R3 breakout trade will be there in HDFC Bank right now. Okay, guys. So we will have to wait for the close to happen properly for this thing to close. Once the close is come, yeah, that is when we will get our signal. Once we get a close. Okay, here we have a close, and here we have the next open. So yes, we will wait for one more level of confirmation to come for it to appear here. Once it appears over here, that is when your trade will become active, because you will get one more above R3. To come here, it has to close above R3, and it also has to fulfill some conditions, like one or two more conditions. So once those conditions are fulfilled, that is when it will come, and we have it. Your HDFC Bank has come with 2 green dots. So now you all can look for a trade in HDFC Bank. Don't be afraid by seeing one red candle. Okay, you should always pay attention to the overall setup. Okay, this is the Bank Nifty, and this is your HDFC Bank, and here we have it, an R3 breakout in HDFC Bank. Okay, so and of course you are seeing a red candle. That does not mean that you need to be afraid. The moment a stock has closed above R3, right, you don't need to immediately get scared or immediately get afraid. Oh my god, red candle aa gaya karke. Okay, you can wait. If the bulls have taken it above R3, and if it is closed above R3, it happens for a reason. Okay, and that reason holds always when at these levels you will see both kind of movements. You will see red candle also, green candle also. With every red candle that you see, if you think that and if you start thinking 2-3 times, you will be in a problem. Okay, yeah. Shriram Transport Finance is gone and hit R3. So what I told all of you guys was R3 level was going to be our target on Shriram Transport Finance. So it is gone and it has hit our target. So the target that we set out to do has been achieved in Shriram Transport. And one thing that I also told all of you is, if you are going for a higher target in Shriram Transport or any stock, you're going for a higher target and you're gambling for an R3 breakout, what you need to do is you need to do a stop to cost. Okay, because at R3 many times a stock can take resistance and it can turn, right? And that is exactly what has happened. It is very, very normal and very, very common for a stock to take resistance at R3 and then come back. So for all of you people who have booked profits in R3 when our target was met, that was awesome. And for the people who were gambling for a higher target of R4, absolutely no problem, because over here you have already done your stop to cost, and even when it reverses you don't lose anything. Okay, so that is the way we plan our trades. That is the way we sort of manage our risk. So even if the stock sort of turns and goes the other way, we don't make any loss. That should be the approach. So when it goes up, we make money. When it comes down, we don't lose money. That is the approach. Okay, so and right now it is coming and it is resting at CPR. It will keep resting here for a while. Okay, HDFC Bank should rock shortly. Okay, let us see what is happening. Let us see what is happening to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty also is waiting to cross above R3, and let us look at HDFC Bank now. HDFC Bank also above R3 level. So right now it is still above R3. Even though you have a red candle, it is not broken below R3. So you all don't need to panic. Okay, UPL booked profit. Let us look at UPL. And UPL, yes, R3 level has come in UPL, and Vinayagam has booked profit in R3. Baswaraj says he booked profit in R3 in Shriram Transport Finance. That is a good move, Baswaraj. See, that is exactly what you need to do at these particular levels. देखो R3 का लेवल आता है, आप प्रॉफिट बुक करो या कम से कम स्टॉप टू कॉस्ट करके रख दो, आपका कभी लॉस नहीं होगा फिर. ठीक है. Similarly, same thing in S3 also. If you're taking a short trade, you do the same thing in S3. Okay, I'm going to go and quickly do a market regime check now. I'll do that by looking at intraday stock trends. So when I look at intraday stock trends, the regime in the market clearly is bullish, because I have so many stocks here in bullish and only some few stocks here in bearish. So very clearly the regime in the market continues to be bullish. Okay. So that is what I get when I see intraday stock trend. Nifty 50 17 points away from 16,000. Yes, the regime is bullish, and clearly if I go to the Nifty R3 breakout we have got in Nifty on intraday, and almost it is almost there, breaching the 16,000 level. So we are going to see some action today on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, guys. पक्का आज कुछ ना कुछ action दिखने वाला है अपने को. हाँ, all we need to do is wait for the right entry. Action तो आएगा ही. Okay. And let us look at the Bank Nifty. The Bank Nifty also is trying to stage an R3 breakout. Okay, R3 breakout is trying to be staged in Bank Nifty. Okay, so okay guys, now what you guys need to do is you guys need to pay attention to these two levels that I've shown, and you all need to keep looking out for stocks on this using the same method that we are following. Okay, doing that you need to trade. And what I want you to do is, having said that, I forgot to say it earlier, I'm saying it now. Please go and like this particular video. Please go and hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Jaake and subscribe to our channel. Remain subscribed. If you are new, only if you subscribe you will be able to write on the chat. So please do that. Hit the subscribe button and like the video, and please share this video with all your friends who are from the stock market or who want to enter the stock market, who like to trade. Yes, Nifty approaching flat KS on daily. If it breaks 16,000, it will also break above the flat KS line on daily as well. So before signing off, let me do a last analysis on the Nifty. Let me write out. ये already Nifty पे है. So if I go to multi-day now, and if I'm showing, ये देखो 15,988 is the KS line. So that's why I have like roundabout given a level of 16,000, because the OI also is there. At 16,000 it will break all those intraday levels also that I showed. Intraday R3 also breaks out. Okay, this flat KS line also breaks out, and all of these things happen at 16k. Okay, so that is why 16k is going to be a very important zone, and once 16k gets broken, you will see speed come. Alright, with that I have reached the end of today's session. I would like to thank all of you for tuning in. It was a great experience today to be doing this particular live session for all of you, and I will see you again tomorrow. Till then, I would wish all of you people a very great day of trading, a very great week ahead of trading. So and have an amazing time, and I will see you again in the next video that will happen tomorrow. But till then, goodbye and happy trading to all of you.